You were conditioned to believe intelligence is grades, credentials, applause. That definition was engineered to keep you docile, measured, ranked, and controlled by systems that profit from your obedience. What you call smart is nothing more than compliance dressed up as virtue. True intelligence is not about solving puzzles or memorizing facts. It is about reframing reality itself, seeing through the illusions that others accept as truth. Intelligence is the predator's lens. It strips away morality, sentiment, and social comfort, leaving only survival and leverage. The masses cling to the idea that intelligence is benevolent, that it uplifts, that it serves society. That is the trap. Intelligence is not benevolent. It is selective. It decides who thrives and who is discarded. It is not a light, it is a blade. When you shift the frame, you realize intelligence is not measured by institutions, but by outcomes. Who controls, who manipulates, who survives. The man with degrees but no sovereignty is not intelligent, he is domesticated. The man who bends others to his will, who rewrites the rules of the game, embodies intelligence in its rawest form. This chapter forces you to abandon the comforting lens of knowledge equals power. Knowledge without application is impotence. Intelligence is not accumulation, it is weaponization. It is the ability to turn perception into control, to turn awareness into dominance. By the end of this chapter, the viewer is stripped of illusions. They are forced to confront the unsettling truth. Intelligence is not about being good, admired, or accepted. It is about being untouchable.
Intelligence is not memory. It is not trivia. It is the ruthless ability to detect patterns in human behavior, strip them of sentiment, and weaponize them. Every system, social, political, economic, runs on predictable rhythms. The masses move like herds, repeating cycles, exposing vulnerabilities. The intelligent man does not join the herd. He studies it, isolates its weaknesses, and exploits them. The core mechanism of intelligence is pattern exploitation. You see the repetition others ignore. You notice the cracks in loyalty, the inconsistencies in morality, the blind spots in desire. Where others see trust, you see leverage. Where others see love, you see dependency. Where others see honor, you see a chain around their neck. This is not about knowledge, it is about control. Knowledge without exploitation is sterile. Intelligence is the scalpel that cuts into the flesh of human nature, exposing the nerves that make men twitch. Once you see the pattern, you own it. You can predict reactions, manipulate outcomes, and orchestrate chaos. The weak cling to ideals, the intelligent dismantle them. They understand that every principle is a mask, every virtue a vulnerability. Loyalty is predictable, fear is predictable, desire is predictable. Intelligence is the art of turning predictability into domination. By the end of this chapter, the viewer is forced to confront the unsettling truth. Intelligence is not about being clever, it is about being surgical. It is the predator's instinct sharpened by awareness. You are not rewarded for seeing patterns, you are rewarded for exploiting them.
Intelligence is not one shape. It fractures into archetypes, each defined by its utility and its threat. These archetypes are not equal. They are ranked, filtered, and discarded according to their survival value. You are one of them, whether you admit it or not. The first archetype is the obedient recorder, the man who memorizes, repeats, and obeys. He is disposable. His intelligence is clerical, designed to serve systems, not himself. He is the lowest rank. Above him stands the performer of wit, the clever talker, the entertainer, the illusionist. His intelligence is surface level, designed to impress but not to control. He is tolerated but never sovereign. The third archetype is the analyst of systems, the one who dissects structures, understands mechanics, and predicts outcomes. He is useful, but still bound by the frameworks he studies. He sees patterns, but rarely weaponizes them. The fourth is the manipulator of minds, the strategist who exploits emotions, loyalty, and fear. His intelligence is predatory. He bends others into submission, reshaping their choices without them realizing. He begins to ascend. The fifth archetype is the architect of power, the one who designs structures of control, institutions, and hierarchies. His intelligence is systemic, not individual. He builds cages for others to live in. The sixth is the destroyer of illusions, the man who dismantles morality, exposes hypocrisy, and thrives in chaos. His intelligence is corrosive, stripping away falsehoods until only raw dominance remains. At the top stands the sovereign selector, the predator who decides who survives, who is discarded, who ascends. His intelligence is absolute because it is detached from morality, detached from approval. He does not seek recognition, he enforces reality. By the end of this chapter, the viewer is forced to confront their own rank. They are not asked to admire intelligence, they are asked to see where they stand in a hierarchy that does not forgive weakness.
Intelligence has never been a gentle force. It has always been a weapon, a filter, a brutal selection mechanism. History is littered with corpses of those who mistook intelligence for fairness, who believed morality could shield them from the predator's lens. Empires were not built by the obedient. They were built by men who saw patterns others ignored, who exploited weaknesses without hesitation. Julius Caesar did not rise because he was good. He rose because he understood loyalty was fragile, fear was reliable, and betrayal was inevitable. He weaponized those truths until Rome bent to his will. In every era, intelligence has been the scalpel that carved power. The Mongols did not conquer through brute force alone. They exploited psychological terror, turning fear into a predictable mechanism. Their intelligence was not academic, it was predatory. They understood that the human mind collapses faster than walls. Even in modern times, intelligence functions as a ruthless filter. Corporations, governments, algorithms, they all profile, rank, and discard. The man who cannot adapt is eliminated. The man who clings to ideals is consumed. Intelligence is not about progress, it is about survival. Human nature itself proves the point. Desire, fear, loyalty, morality, all predictable, all exploitable. The intelligent man does not waste time debating ethics. He studies the cycle of weakness and turns it into leverage. History rewards those who weaponize intelligence, not those who romanticize it. By the end of this chapter, the viewer is forced to see intelligence as a predator's inheritance. It is not a gift, it is a filter. Those who wield it ascend. Those who misunderstand it vanish.
Intelligence is not static. It is not a gift you were born with. It is a mutation you either force upon yourself or die without. The hierarchy does not forgive stagnation. If you remain in your current archetype, you are prey. Mutation is the only path upward. The first step is rejection. You must reject the definitions of intelligence handed to you by schools, employers, and society. Their version of smart is obedience disguised as achievement. If you cling to it, you remain disposable. Mutation begins when you sever yourself from their metrics. The second step is predation. You must learn to see patterns not as curiosities, but as weapons. Every loyalty is leverage. Every desire is a chain. Every fear is a trigger. Mutation requires you to stop admiring these traits and start exploiting them. The third step is detachment. You cannot ascend while tethered to morality, sentiment, or approval. Mutation demands emotional coldness. You must strip away the illusions that make you predictable. The herd will call you ruthless. That is the point. The fourth step is construction. Mutation is not chaos, it is deliberate. You must build new behaviors that signal dominance, silence when others chatter, precision when others ramble, control when others collapse. These behaviors rewire how you are perceived, shifting your rank upward. The final step is sovereignty. Mutation is complete only when you no longer seek validation. You do not ask where you rank, you decide where you rank. Sovereignty is the mark of intelligence that has transcended compliance. By the end of this chapter, the viewer is forced to confront the brutal truth. Mutation is not optional. You either evolve into a predator or remain prey. Intelligence is not about learning, it is about transforming.
Intelligence cannot ascend while tethered to the corpse of your former identity. The obedient self, the one who sought approval, clung to morality, and begged for recognition, must be executed. This is not metaphorical comfort, it is psychological death. The old you was predictable. He followed rules, trusted loyalty, and mistook weakness for virtue. He was profiled, ranked, and discarded by systems that thrive on compliance. Keeping him alive ensures you remain prey. The first act of sovereignty is annihilation. Killing the old you means stripping away illusions. Morality is not protection, it is a leash. Loyalty is not strength, it is dependency. Hope is not intelligence, it is sedation. Every trait that made you good is the very trait that kept you disposable. This death is surgical. You cut away sentiment, sever attachment, and silence the voice that craves validation. You dismantle the narratives that told you intelligence was benevolence. You replace them with cold clarity. Intelligence is survival, selection, sovereignty. Once the old identity is destroyed, a new one must be constructed. This replacement is not ornamental, it is functional. The new you is detached, strategic, and untouchable. He does not seek rank, he enforces it. He does not ask for respect, he extracts it. He does not cling to illusions, he weaponizes them. By the end of this chapter, the viewer is forced to confront the execution of their former self. Intelligence demands rebirth, but only after death. The weak identity must be buried so the sovereign mind can rise.
You are not anonymous. Every move you make, every search, every purchase, every hesitation is already being profiled. Institutions, corporations, and predators have built systems that rank you, dissect you, and discard you. Intelligence is no longer a private weapon, it is a surveillance mechanism turned against you. Algorithms know your desires before you admit them. Governments know your weaknesses before you confront them. Competitors know your patterns before you change them. You are not invisible, you are transparent. And transparency is vulnerability. The final warning is simple. If you do not become the profiler, you remain the profiled. If you do not weaponize intelligence, you are reduced to data points, manipulated and eliminated. Sovereignty is not optional. It is the only defense. This chapter closes the hierarchy with a ruthless truth. Intelligence is not about ranking yourself, it is about refusing to be ranked at all. The elite do not ask where they stand, they decide where others stand. They are the predators who select, not the prey who waits to be selected. The call to action is not motivational, it is surgical. You either ascend into sovereignty or you remain a statistic in someone else's system. Intelligence is not benevolence, it is survival. It is domination, it is the final filter.